Here's what we are building today. First, we'll create a complete backend workflow using n8n that takes a product photo and turns it into promo-ready image. Next, we'll vibe code a frontend in Next.js that connects with our backend and brings the whole flow to life. And finally, we'll add real-time step tracking so users can see every part of the magic happen as it unfolds. So let's dive in. I'm inside my n8n dashboard. Let's now start by creating a new workflow. Let's name this workflow something like product promo generation. Now, the very first step would be our trigger. What would be triggering our workflow? How to get started with this? Click on this plus icon and search for any trigger. For now, in the volume 1, we are going to simply have a simple form. On form submission, click on this one, and this is going to provide you this simple URL that is an n8n form. You can click on this, open this in a new tab. This is showing that from trigger is not listening yet. Here in this form, let's give this form a title: social media promo generator rater. Form description: upload a photo, put your thoughts, and see the magic happen. Just some random description. Now we can test this one. Click on test and you will be able to see this form is here. No fields are there yet, but this form is live. This is actually a test URL. Now we can close this one. We can click on stop listening. Now let's start by adding some elements. The first element is obviously the image. So I'm just simply going to choose this file, and the file type that I'm going to keep is jpg, .png, .png and .jpeg. Cool. Now let's name this field image. Now let's add some other fields as well. So let's name this idea. What idea do you want to apply on this image? This is going to be simple text. We can keep this placeholder like what are your thoughts on this? Cool. Now let's try this out. Click on text test and you'll see this is the dummy form that is ready for you right now, and you can submit this one. But along with this, we want some other fields as well. Like if I'm going to create a promotion for this image, I need to know where this product should be placed, what should be the lighting conditions, what should be the camera angles, what should be the other composition materials. So I'm simply going to add some more form elements. So these could be like color theme. I'll name this color theme, and I'm just simply keeping this camel case intentionally. So I'm not just simply keeping this color theme. I'm just keeping this color, and T is capital. This is camel casing. The element type is text. Placeholder could be like what color theme do you want? And all these fields that would be passed down to an AI agent in future. And it could be lighting. What type of lighting you are planning? Cool. And other than this, what composition details could be one, or another could be typography. Typography. If there is any kind of overlay text, how should it look like? What should be the typography like? Let's add the lastmost field, composition details. They should be fine. Or let's name it composition guidelines. And now click on text step and you would be able to see this is kind of the form. Cool. Now I'll simply go back and here I'll try this. I'll close this. I'll click on test workflow and I'll choose an image. Maybe this perfume bottle should be fine. Idea test idea. Color theme is maybe dark. Lighting should be from top. This is just dummy details for now. Typography could be minimal, and composition display could be like place product in center. I obviously have to fill the details again later. I'll click on submit for now and close this window. You'll be able to see this is the image that we have received and all the other information that we have received so far. Now I'll just simply take a look at this image. This image is 55 KB, right? Let's suppose I upload an image that is really heavy. So this could be putting some loads on the server as well as our processing time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just simply do edit image node and I'll choose resize image. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply do resize by percentage. Yes, and I'll do 50%, 50% and 50%. Now, if I click on test step, okay. Property name is image. Let's try it out. So this was supposed to be the property name, which goes here. And see, this has now reduced to 14 KB. Now I can also view this one. Yes, the quality has decreased slightly, but it's fine. So you can also play around with the width and resizing, crop, draw, and everything, all these properties. Fine. Now let's attach an AI agent with this AI agent, which will help us decide everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply do define below. The prompts will be defined by me only, not by connected trigger nodes. Now go back to JSON. Yes, on the schema, you will find all the properties. In the binary, we only had this image. Coming back to schema, I find all the fields. Where is it? Yes, on the form submission, all the fields that I have added. Now here I have a prompt library that I have in this Notion template. I'll be linking this down below. And this is going to be this user message. I'll copy this one. This is a simple prompt. And you will make sure that you go back to this expression tab and maybe expand this. Now all the snippets that are highlighted in red are actually trying to be JavaScript since they are wrapped in this double braces. So I'll remove this. This is supposed to be our idea and simply drag and drop this idea over here. See, once this is green, you will be able to make sure that this is something. This is the string output and you can see this signifies the first node on form submission, which signifies our form element. From there, we have got the item and JSONs and the idea key. Now, similar to this brand name, I'll remove this. Brand name we do not have. So for now, I'm just simply going to hard code this. Obviously, later we will be having the field. Now here we have background style. We do not have the background style. So let's remove this for now. Color theme we have. So I'll just simply replace this with our color theme. Cool. Product placement we were supposed to have, right? Let's see. Placement, nope, we do not have. We'll surely have it. Typography we obviously have. We'll drag and drop. Composition details, guidelines we have. We'll simply drag and drop. You can see on the right side you will find all the information that have been put from the form. Cool. Now we will also do this product placement and the brand name in the form. So I'll go back to the form and modify this form. I'll add two more fields. Here only. I'll add brand name. What's your brand? Known as. And another one was product placement. Make sure to have it as camel case. I follow this convention where the product should be placed at. Cool. Now what we can do is we can delete all the execution data by clicking on this and click on test workflow. Okay, this is having some issues. So I'll turn it off for now. Click on this one and click on test workflow. Choose the image file, the same image that we have previously chosen. Idea dummy, test. I'll simply just type test to every field so it can save us time. And yeah, I'll click on this. Again, I'll activate this by clicking on this turn on. Go back here, expand this expression. Now we have got this product placement variable. I'll replace it and I'll remove the hard-coded brand name and replace it. Yeah, cool. Now we have all the information that we are supposed to give this AI agent. And this is the user prompt. Now we also have to provide the system prompt. So this is the system message. I'll simply copy this by clicking this copy button. I'll go here in the system message. I'll simply select all and paste. Now again, let's take a look at this. I'll simply check, click on expressions to be able to expand it and read. You're a luxury product photographer and stylish. Your task is to suggest creative visual styling elements for a product launch, assets and everything. You can just simply go through it, and obviously this will be linked down below. Cool. Now let's test this one as well. What this is doing is that we are grabbing all the ideas that the user has regarding the photography, including the idea, brand name, color theme, where the product should be placed, what are the overlay typography should be, and the composition details. And this is the system message about what the AI agent is supposed to do. We cannot just simply execute this step until and unless we attach an LLM to this. So here goes the LLM with this plus button. Click on this one. I'll simply choose Chat GPT. It is probably known as GPT. OpenAI, my bad. OpenAI chat model. Now I'm going to use this GPT-4o mini and let's try this out. I'll click on test step. Let's see. It takes a few seconds and it is supposed to generate you something. So here is something that is not structured, not properly structured, but I want a proper structure for this. Now, if I want a specific structure to be followed for the output, I'll click on the AI agent and I'll click on require specific output format. And it shows that connect an output parser on the canvas. I'll click on this one. It shows you three options. I'll click on the structured output parser. Click on this and you'll find this option schema type. What should be the structure following? So here is an option defined below or generate from JSON example. I'll keep the generate from JSON example so you can see it should return a state which should be a type string. It should return a cities which should be type array containing multiple strings. So this is an example that you're providing to AI and asking it to follow this similar structure. So we obviously don't need the states and cities. So I'll remove it. I'll go to the prompt library and this is the structured output parser. Here we go. We are expecting this JSON output from AI having 6 different keys: background tone, surface type, accent prompt, lighting, camera angle, overlay text, based on our information provided to this user message as well as the system message. So let's try this out now. Click on test step. Previously our output was poorly structured. Now this should be all right. So this is the current structure having 6 different keys as in JSON. Now this AI agent is supposed to generate the product descriptions, what the image should look like. This is not supposed to generate the image. Now we are going to attach another node which is supposed to be generating the actual image. We could use this OpenAI chat model, but I'm comfortable with using a simple HTTP request to our OpenAI endpoint. So the endpoint we are looking for is https api.openai.com/v1/images/edits. Make sure to do this edits, not edit. Now authentication we are going to do from this headers, not via this one. So I'll click on send headers. In the headers, we are supposed to provide this name as authorization. This is the header name and the value should be bearer and our token or the API key that you have got in your OpenAI dashboard. Now remember, the model we are supposed to use is GPT-image-1, which is kind of a gated model which has only access to the verified OpenAI accounts. You have to add a payment gateway to your OpenAI account and you have to verify the OpenAI account. Only then you will be able to access the specific model. Since I already have this, I'll simply do your OpenAI key goes here. I'll put my OpenAI key whenever I'm off camera. Now, other than that, we have to add some more, not the headers. Now we have to add some body. Obviously, we are going to pass this image that we have got, the input we have got from the AI agents. So what I'm going to do is the body content type should be form data, not JSON. Now the parameter type is form data. Now let's name this model, which model we want to use from this OpenAI. So I'll name this GPT-image-1. In your case, you could have gone with 4o, but 4o does not provide this features as of now. So now add another parameter where we need to attach the actual image that we have received from the user. So this is n8n binary file. and we have to name this image, and the value is to be given. I'll do this in a moment. Now let's add the other parameter, which is output type. So I'll do output underscore format, and this is supposed to be PNG. We are supposed to receive a PNG. Now this input data field, if I do this, we have this image right here, right? We have already have this image, so we can do this, but this is not going to this is not going to work. So let me try this one as well. Binary. If I try adding the image that we have already received, or maybe this resized ones, where is this resized one? I'll remove the old one and I'll do this edit image one. Go on this and click on test step. It will throw you some errors. So obviously this image has to be modified. In between this AI agent and this image generation node, obviously I have to rename this so it does not confuse us later. Image generation node, rename. Cool. Now what we are going to do, in between these, I'll add a code block which will run a custom JavaScript function. I'll remove the code that we have existing. I'll go to this prompt library again, and you have this code block. What this is doing, if you're curious, I'll just simply let you know. So this is doing this. So from this node, which is known as edit image, where is it? This node, the name is edit image. Find the binary item that we have got as the name of attachment. It is supposed to be something else. In our case, the name is image. Okay, cool. Now let's see. The name is supposed to be image here, and base 64. It actually checks if the image is base 64 or not, and it decides the MIME type. You can also go creative with dynamic MIME types. You can simply do this. It could be JPEG as well. So it now creates a buffer from this base 64 converted image. If this is base 64, then the buffer is passed and we are converting this to a binary, and the JSON field is currently blank. Now let's test this out. Yes, we have got this binary. You can see this is the binary that we are expecting. This is the n8n binary. Now simply grab this over here. Remove this field. We can drag and drop. We can't, obviously. We can simply just mention this image, and this would expect the binary named image. Cool. Now, obviously, we have to add the prompt about what we are going to generate. So the field name again is prompt, and the value in the prompt library, we have this very big image generator prompt. I'll just simply copy this and come back here, paste it, expand this. Now see, these variables are auto done. If this is not done in your case, you can simply move to expressions and you can simply change these variable names. Now see, this is our prompt: photo, realistic, Instagram post. Wherever you feel like it needs a line break, you can simply put this slash. This is supposed to be line break in readme.md files. We can remove this as well. This is the prompt. Now let's try this out once. I'll click on test step. Okay, invalid get request, provide a body. Yes, I believe we have missed this API key. Yes, we have missed this API key. So I'll just simply put it. I put this API key now, and I'll change the method to post since we are sending some body. I'll click on test step. Okay, invalid type for image. Let's see. Image. Invalid type for image. Okay, this is supposed to be an n8n binary file since we have got this binary over here, and I'll name this image so it picks up the binary that is available in the n8n. Now I'll click on test step. This is supposed to take a few seconds, more than a few seconds, and this will generate an image based on our information. But in our information, we have the test everywhere. So we are supposed to write a proper one. So I'll just simply go back and maybe stop this execution. Let's start from the beginning. I'll delete all the execution data. I'll click on test workflow. Now let's attach the perfume bottle again. Perfume bottle idea. Okay. Create a luxury photography of the perfume. Precious perfume brand. Color theme I want is dark themed. Lighting, light reflects from the top, and filler from the right back. Typography should be minimal. I'm not putting some efforts in the prompt itself. Composition, place the item in the center of image. Brand name is, I'm just simply going with this Pepe. So product placement, product is on a turquoise, I forgot the spelling, stone. Cool, form has been submitted. Okay, agent is generating code, and this image is now being generated. Let's see what we get in this output. Okay, we have got something. So this is the data zeros base64 JSON. We have got this base64 JSON. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pin this output for now, so we don't have to generate it. I'll simply check this code one and simply add another code block so we can actually visualize this base64. I'll simply paste it. Okay, not this one. I was supposed to copy this code inside this code block and name this code block base64 to binary, or specifically n8n binary. Cool, rename it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply replace this field, the base64 data, with the base64 JSON that OpenAI has provided us. Click on test tab, and the base64 is now getting converted into n8n binary. So you can see this image is here. Click on view. Cool. Embrace elegance, and this is supposed to be what our output is. This is really awesome. We started with a simple image. Let me show this to you. This was our input, and now our output is this. Really awesome. Okay, now we have considered this workflow from the n8n backend. Now in the volume 2, we'll be creating an awesome workflow frontend with n8n and Next.js. For the frontend, I'll use Next.js since this is widely used in all the AI applications these days. So I could use Next.js with VS Code or something, but for ease of development, for even for no-code builders, I'll use bold.new, which will help me create this starter application at least. So I'll simply ask it to create a Next.js 14.14 application in app router, create a page slash product generator. It should have a form with the mentioned fields. First is image, which is png type .jpg and jpeg as well. Then goes idea. Then we had brand name, or let's do this brand name. Then what else we had? In the form itself, we had brand name, idea, color theme, lighting, typography, composition guidelines. Lighting, typography, composition guidelines. And I think one more field we had, brand name, or we already have product placement. Yes, and product placement. Cool. Now when the form is submitted, make a dummy API call. This we will be replacing with our webhook call. We'll surely do that soon. Dummy API call, and do what? This is suppose, and this route will return a response containing a base64 image as output. Use the base64 as source of output to preview in an image tag. What else do we need? That should be fine, I guess. Okay, cool. Now let's press enter and let's see the magic. I did not expect it to do form data. I'll just simply ask it to use JSON. Instead of form data, use JSON body only. So let's structure this more. In the post request, instead of form data, use JSON body. Cool. Now, what are the other instructions that we need? Let me first wait for this to complete, and in the meantime, I'll check out what it has done. Typography. Cool. This is now generating this mock API as well. Oh my God. I did not expect this one. The route, obviously, I do not need. Remove the router. Instead, have a simple mock API call. No need for a response. Oh, this is actually generating something. Cool. This is doing a lot more than what we expected it to do. Finally, the output shall be ready. Start prompting. Okay, the route was product generator. Cool. We have a great UI here. Cool. We can drag and drop products and everything. Now let's ask it to remove the router. Or let's do one thing. We will remove the router by ourselves. And can we write the terminal commands here? I'll go to code, and in the terminal, can we do npm install? Npm install, use webhook. Can we do that? Great, great. We can do that. Yes. So I'll ask it to remove the router. Instead of the router, hit use webhook function or hook in the following snippet, or maybe with the following snippet. This is my n8n hook. This is my webhook. I'll simply do URL goes here, blank for now. Cool. Let's see what it does. In the meantime, let's keep modifying our thing. So instead of this form submission, what I'm going to do is I'll simply remove this node, and instead of this, I'll simply do webhook call, webhook. And this is our webhook endpoint, and this is supposed to be a get method or maybe post method. Since we are supposed to be sending something, so I'll keep it post. And this is not going to respond immediately. Instead, it is going to wait for all the execution to happen using respond to webhook node. Cool. Now I'll close this, I'll attach this node here, and at the very end, I'll simply do respond to webhook, and we'll return some JSON for now. Maybe data is equal to done. For now, this is done, and I'll remove this base64 to binary since we are going to return the base64 itself. So I'll go here, and instead of data equals to done, what we can do is maybe first incoming item, which is supposed to be our this one, base64 JSON. Cool. Now let's go back to our webhook. Copy this URL and go to bold.new. And I believe, yes, the endpoint is supposed to be here. Once it does updating, I'll simply replace it here. I guess the output is done. So I'll go to product generator. Let's see. Okay, it's not a function. Let's see what's the issue. I guess this is not supposed to be working here. So I'll just simply paste, click on save and see. Web is not a function. Okay, so I'll for once click on attempt fix. If this does not work, I'll simply download whatever progress it has done and then open this in my Windsurf. Cool, we have got this. What's the problem now? The current problem is, I think we can ignore this problem. This is because of this one. In the next config.js, we have this output export. That is the reason behind it. Okay, so now let's try this one out. So what I'm going to do is maybe choose color theme, brand name is Pepeso, lightning style, maybe golden hour, typography, vintage, no, not vintage, minimal thin. And composition, place the product under the light and at the bottom right middle and very weird. Product placement should be right alignment, and product idea I'll do later. Now first choose this perfume bottle and I'll do make this the perfume bottle look really luxury, or something. Not bottle but bottle. Okay, cool. And now let's click on generate product. Obviously this is going to throw us some errors. Okay, fail to fetch because we have not triggered this. Cool. Now let's go here in the post section, listen for test event. I'll delete execution data, click on executing workflow. Now let's click on generate. Let's see what we have got. We have got this webhook. Yes, this has been triggered now. So now what we need to do, we have got all the information over here, right? The image we have got, the typography, the product placement. So the first step is done. The edit image node is breaking because it is probably expecting a binary file, but here we are receiving the data as base 64. So what we need to do is the same thing as before. So we could use this code. Also, there is another option called binary, maybe convert to file, which accepts base 64 string and converts it to a binary file. But for me, this is not working. So what I'm going to do is use the code. So I'll probably simply put the arrow over here and the arrow over here and remove the connection. And in between, I'll simply accept the image from our webhook, which is this. We are sending this from the front end and we are sending this binary. Let's click on test tab and this is supposed to output us binary. Okay, reference node does not exist on line 6. Cool. Yes, the bind type we do not have. So what we are going to do is expect the bind type, or I'll simply remove this bind type. And from here as well, let's try this one. MIME type is not defined, so I'll have to hard code this MIME type. Cool, I'll simply do image slash png. Okay, we have got this image. Now what we can is the name is image. The name is image now. Here we have outputted this with the name image. Cool. Now let's try this out in here as well. Obviously we have to modify this one. So all these nodes called on form submission has to be replaced, since this was expecting a form submission, but this time we have webhook call. So we have to look for this webhook, and here, yes, in the body we have brand name, we have background style, everything we have. So this has to be replaced with the idea. Okay, the idea field we have now received. So I'll do this. Idea is to be sent. I'll do this. And the brand name we have received. So I'll remove this and replace this with the brand name that we have received. Brand name. And this is from the webhook, means that from the front end we are sending this. Okay, the color theme we have received, and this one product placement we have received, and the typography we have received, composition guidelines we have received. Yes, the image is not required here, and yes, all the fields we required is done. Now let's try this again. I'll delete the execution data. I'll click on test workflow and I'll go to bold.new, and this time I'll again have to fill the fields. Perfume image, product idea, maybe brand name, peso, select a color theme, cool and professional, lightning, golden hour, bold display, composition, place the item in center, product alignment, right alignment, and product idea, make this look rich. Let's see, click on generate product And this should be all right. The agent is being executed. In the code block, we are having some issues. On the line 6, base 64 image is the issue. Cool, let's see. Okay, we are supposed to have this image over here, not the binary data. So this is supposed to be our image. Now let's click on test step. It will pick the information from there. Again, what's the issue? MIME type. Okay, MIME type, we can hard code again. MIME type is image/png. Do this. Yes, we have got the image. Now this is supposed to be sent here. So I'm almost out of tokens for today. So what I'm going to do is whatever data I'm receiving. So I'll simply do once data is there, use effect. And once I have got any kind of data, simply log it down. Console.log the data received. And whenever data is updated, simply run this once. And use effect, obviously I have to import use effect. Cool. Now let's see the preview. Delete the execution data. Wait for the workload to happen. Again, attach this image. Make this look rich. Brand name is this. Some random styles, typography, bold display. Place it in center. Product placement, right alignment or left alignment. Let's open for this console. Where is the console? I guess this should be the console. Yes. Not this. This should be the console, right? Okay, we are supposed to have this here. Let's see. I'll do data received. Zoom in the console a bit and click on generate product. Let's see the network call we have made. And we are supposed to receive this. Generation failed. Cool. Let's see what happened. Okay. The node on form submission does not exist. Yes. The prompt needs to be modified. Okay. This needs to be modified. The color theme and everything. We are supposed to have this from our AI agent or maybe on our webhook. Where is this webhook? Yes. So the color theme, where is it? Where is it? Where is it in the body? Yes, we have got this. So color theme is to be replaced. Then typography has to be replaced from our webhook. Typography, new line, product placement has to be replaced again. Product placement, where is it? Yes. These are all the information that we have got from the Next.js frontend. And composition is the last one that has to be replaced, which is this. Cool. Now see, this is the output. Text overlay, unleash your essence, composition, product placement, typography, playful and fun and everything. Cool. Now we have got this. We'll simply go back to code and check if this idea is being sent or not. Yes, the idea is not being sent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also send the idea. If no idea, then make the product look luxury. Cool. And I hope this idea is a state. Okay, the form data.idea should be there. Form data.idea. Cool. Now this should be all right. So what I'm going to do is expect for this product to complete. This is still executing. Meanwhile, I'll go to preview. Okay, there's some issue. Post data, brand name. Okay, I forgot to put a comma over here. Is that so? I believe so. Yes, I forgot to put a comma. And let's save this one. And this should be all right. Cool. Now go to the console again. Console. Delete it. And yes, this is done. And the keys has to be updated by me manually. Now I think it's better to move to an IDE. So I'll do download. I'll download this product. This will download this whole project without the node modules. So I'll go here in the project, open this one. So I've opened the project in actual ID, which is built on top of VS Code, and this is called Windsurf. So what I can do is I can do npm I first of all to have this node module so we can run this project actually. So once this is being done, what I can do is open up this app product generator. Here we can check what's the issue. So if you're not a developer, this Windsurf will actually help you. So what are the first things is there are some errors. Okay, steps -1. We'll obviously get rid of this steps for now, and we'll obviously do that later. And again, error, maybe stringify this error so it does not throw us this. So now let's do npm run dev, and this will start the server. Okay, 3000 is occupied, so this is running on localhost 3001. I'll copy this one. I'll go to our thing and let's close this bold.new. We do not need this anymore. Now let's open this up, and the URL was product generator. Just to debug things easily, we have pinned this output that has already been generated by OpenAI. Since this is an expensive image generation in Indian currency, we have pinned this one. So every time we are regenerating this workflow, reheating this workflow, this node's execution will be skipped. So far this will be executed. Here, once we reach, we will use this previously generated output data for this new node. So I'll delete. Even if I delete this, this output still exists. I have deleted all the execution data, but the pin one is already there. So now let's do this. What I'm going to do, I'm coming to Windsurf, and I'll add this set image data. Instead of this, what I can do is console.log whatever data we have received. Data received. Now copy this term, and we are already running this. And what we are going to do, I'm going to come here and I'll simply do upload perfume image, and I'm going to do some dummy things like test and test. Why I'm doing this test, this is not going to affect our output since we already have generated this image. So we can do anything over here, and this will certainly not gonna change this output. So this is the image that we have already uploaded. Now, once I click on generate product, okay, we have to run this. We have to click on test workflow. So this webhook is now listening for execution. Now we can click generate product, and this is going to be really fast. This whole thing is going to be executed in a flash, and this was supposed to be taking a few minutes. Now this is flash. Now let's see, this is our output. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this thing and maybe copy this, copy object. Let's see what we have got in the Windsurf chat. I'll paste this. Okay, this is containing the complete base 64. I do not want that, so I'm going to simply cut a bit of that. I'll do this dot. I'm simply giving the context to our Claude 3.7 Sonnet. You can also use this free models. They are as capable as Claude 3.7. So I'm going to give this. This is the data that I have received from the webhook. Now I need to show the base 64 image. I need to render the base 64 image as output. That's it. Now click on this, enter, and this was supposed to be our output. Let's see how Windsurf thinks. This will actually start thinking immediately, and you can also see its thought process, and they're working under this, and this is actually analyzing our page, and this is probably 480 lines long. So this is going to take some time to analyze this thing. Now, once it has carefully thought, it's now proposing some edits on our files. Now, since I have selected this chat mode, not the write mode, this is not gonna do changes immediately on its own. It will ask me to accept the changes if I like it. Now it's almost done. See, these are the changes that it has given. Cool. Once I click on apply, still it is not going to apply immediately. This is creating a state, processed image, and yes, if data is there, data image, cool. This is also appending this data image, then image format, which is supposed to be our this MIME type. Where is it getting from? Okay, image format. Then this is probably going to render this somewhere over here. Yes. Now click on accept changes. Now let's see. I'll clear this console and I'll again upload it. Image, test, minimal, choose something dummy. The output is still constant. We have already generated it, so it does not matter. Again, we have to listen for this test workflow. Click on generate product. Cool. Now let's see. Let's wait for this execution to happen. Voila, we have got this. We have got our complete output. So we can create another image with this generate new. We can download this image, and yeah, this is awesome. This is really awesome. Now, what if I want to add these steps of execution? I want to see these steps, how they are generating stepwise. So the code, binary conversion, then editing image, AI agent, code, and then image generating, every single step I want to see. So for this, I already have this one. In the hook, we have the steps. So what if I just simply want to see what are the steps? I'll simply do use effect and console log these steps. CLG, short form of console log steps. Once the steps are updating, simply console log it. And that's it. Currently the steps will be undefined. For that, we have to add some HTTP calls. So what I'm going to do is from this webhook, let's create a new HTTP call node, HTTP request. I'll name this maybe notify done. I'll name this something meaningful. And in the URL, it will be https ssc server sent events ocode.dev/events. And this is going to be endpoint. And what will be the variables? So in this option, so I'm going to send a body. In the body, I'm going to send a JSON and use a JSON. So I'll simply send a JSON over here. The step name should be, the first step would be started workflow, or maybe received data, and put a comma over here, and status would be done. Make sure to follow these keys, step name, status, and everything. And the next one would be workflow ID. This is really necessary for you to have. I'll simply keep it dummy for now and close this JSON and use this query in the webhook. Where is this webhook? We have this event ID over here, right? In the webhook section, we have this event ID. So I'll simply have it over here. And if you're wondering, by the way, let me place it properly. If you're wondering where is this event ID coming from, this is coming from this hook that we have used named use webhook. This does everything for you. You don't have to do a single thing. This is everything coming, and you can see this is a random string over here. So once you have got this, I can click on test step. Yes, it is here. So I'll simply break this. I don't need this here. I'll attach this over here. I'll attach this with this starting node. And once I have got this, I'll make another copy of this, maybe after this AI agent. And I'll just simply have to change one single thing, is this step name. Step name is what? AI generated image details. Maybe have another copy. Just before this execution of image generation, I'll simply do generating image. Generating an awesome image. Cool. And status should be not done, doing, or maybe generating. So I'll delete this test workflow. Now let's do this again. Perfume bottle, test, and everything should be like this. Test, and similarly is this. Click on this. Where are we listening? needs a valid JSON. Obviously, we have to wrap this in string. I forgot to wrap this in string. Since this is a number, this is going to throw us this error. So for others as well, so I'll just simply do this and do this. This signifies that from this webhook node, use this JSON's event ID parameter as the key. Now you can click on test workflow and click on generate product. Okay, again some issues. The resource you are requesting could not be found. Obviously, I have set this as get. It should be post request. And for others as well, I'll do this post and here post as well. Now click on test workflow, click on generate product. Yes, we are receiving the steps in real time. See, first we have received this, then 2, then 3 elements. Okay, now we have got these steps. What we can do is I'll copy this one, copy object, and I'll go to Windsurf and click on new chat. This is the steps we are receiving in the real time. Can we show this steps as progress of the workflow? Okay. Now let's see what Windsurf says. This is going to be a few lines of code only, but for your ease of understanding and development, I'll simply use Windsurf. It is now proposing some edits. It's checking if the steps is an array or not. If steps are more than 0, then it will render this. Click on apply and I believe in this. Yes, click on accept changes. Let's see. Let's again upload something. I'll refresh this page once and start the workflow again. Again, upload the product image, test, minimal or something like this, test, and this. Click on this, generate product. Yes, receive data. You can see in the real time, every single step will be updated. Now, for your ease of understanding, I'll split the screen again. I'll close this thing and I'll split it right here. And again, restart this. Let's restart this thing and I'll again upload the image, test, something like this, test, and boom, let's see what happens. Receive data. You can see AI agent is done. It has sent this and everything. Yes. So the step-by-step completion of this whole workflow is now complete. So you see on each step, you're getting real-time updates about the steps completion status. And then you have your whole product ready from your complete given input. I hope you like this video. If you want to see more such content on AI, make sure to subscribe and put a like on this video. Stay tuned.